and welcome to the Gaelic grounds. This is the 6th of November for the replay intermediate county football final between Oola and Mountcollins. The Oola team getting their photographs taken there. Players are selected. In goals, John Holmes, right cornerback Padraig Ryan, full-back Don Reid, and left cornerback Don Anderson. The half-back line, right half-back John Burke, centre half-back captain of the team Dennis Maloney, and left half-back Owen Fitzgibbon. Centre field Conor Ryan and Eddie Kiley. The half-forward line, Ian Burke, David Stapleton, and Daniel Quirk. And the full-forward line, Packy Burke, John Clifford, and Keith Burke. Agus Nishbek out on the Vienaging. And the Mountcollins team in goals, James Brewer. The full-back line, right full-back Timmy Walsh, full-back Con Begley, and left corner-back Sean Lyons. The half-back line, right half-back Timmy Begley, centre half-back Keith Garvey, and left half-back Jeremiah Maroney. The centre field, Shane Gleeson, partnering Shane Gleeson is Tom McCarthy. The half-forward line, right half-forward Anthony Hartnett, centre half-forward Bernard McCarthy, and left half-forward Mike McCarthy. Top of the right, Paddy Lee, full forward, Sean Deason, and top of the left, Matthew Brewer. Yes, the last time they played in the county final was in Kilmallock. They finished level, a goal and 4 points each. Have Mountcollins the resilience to beat Oola today and create history by qualifying for senior county dual champions in 2009, and looking forward to playing in the senior ranks now as the Oola team huddled closely together. The Mountcollins team going to their positions, and Anthony Hartnett, I noticed, is playing the full forward line, was listed as the half forward, and Paddy Lee has come out to the half forward line position, a switch straight before the game. Yes, a great game in prospect. Mountcollins thought they had chances the last time. Hopefully will be all right. Will be successful today as Mike O'Connor shakes hands there to the Oola midfielders there, Conor Ryan and Eddie Kiley. Yes, both teams in readiness. What should be a very, very exciting game. Referee ready to throw in the game, switches in the Oola half-forward line as well. David Stapleton has gone in corner forward. As referee throws in the ball, Mike O'Connor, the ball breaking the start down to Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy avoids one tackle, and swung around from behind the free for Mountcollins. Free for Oola. Thought should have been the other way. Swung around there from the back. Referee said he got over, carried down the far off side into the corner then, and Timothy Welch going for the ball. Timothy Welch holding on to for dear life, pushing into the centre then, into the midfield, Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy across to Timothy Begley. Timothy Begley right in the corner then, into the centre fine, Bernard McCarthy then, who's from behind then, and going to the Oola midfield, Eddie Kiley, Vicky down the side then, battling for there on the far off side and getting then, Oola and they attacked into the corner forward. The corner forward is Packy Burke into attack half back. Owen Fitzgibbon is a great chance. Owen Fitzgibbon making an angle for himself, across to Packy Burke again. Packy Burke is shot down the corner then, Oola and they attack a great chance. The opening score is crossed to David Stapleton high, and David Stapleton over the bar, over the in-line and wide. I thought it was over the bar, over the in-line wide. So first way of the game, David Stapleton. The game just a minute old. So James Brewer back from injury to take his first kick out in the county final of 2011. Good kick out by James, right into the centre of the field. Shane Dason going for the ball. Where the breaking ball going down to the side of the field, winning the breaking ball not so far. As trying to get it up there is that half hour. No question is Ian Burke. Ian Burke holding on to the ball for dear life. Flicky down to the centre then, and it's going to the centre to the half back line. Question is number 5 is dangerous shot across the edge of the square. David Stapleton gets it in. David Stapleton goal. David Stapleton getting the cross by Ian Burke, and David Stapleton a goal. Good goal by David Stapleton. Great start for Oola. James Ruther kicking this one to far offside the field. Ball go up high. Tommy Catty going for it. Tommy Catty fall from behind. Tommy Catty then hooshed it to the ground. And then Oola on the attack in. Oola winning, as I said, all the breaks off are going out into the half out. The half out is David Quirk. David Quirk then far offside the field. Into the centre then trying to jump another attack then. Oola still in the attack there. And gone 10-20 metres. Good work there. And going right through the centre is another score. Coming up then the corner forward to get his shot. Highs on goal then. Oh! James Brother judging that one well. A good save by James Brother. Out to Timothy Begley. Timothy Begley then fixed out this side of the field and trying to get it up there is Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney's thought he was fouled. They're possibly sending off a fence or a cautioning. Perky Buck very lucky to stay on. Got his free and then up cantered Jeremiah Maroney. Yellow card. Lucky to escape with the yellow. Paul Tron up there. Get here there. He's the Oola midfielder. The Oola midfielder is Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan across then. It's all Oola so far. Touch the ball on the ground now, so the referee out there to number 10. Ian Burke into the centre of the corner forward to Keith Burke. Keith Burke making an angle for himself. Going across 2 or 3 men, trying to get the point. Will he be successful? Dangerous ball. It's gone out over the inline and gone wide. It's all Oola so far. James Brother, a busy time kicking it out. Mountcollins yet to go on the attack, and the game nearly 4 minutes old. James Brother's ball's high into the centre. Ben McCarthy flicky down, then Tommy Catty shot, trying to find Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson had it from high there by good work by Sean Gleeson, getting the ball then into the centre to Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson hopping the ball then. That's a good move by Mountcollins. Mike McCarthy, high shot by Mike McCarthy, and unfortunately over the inline and wide. Good movement involving Sean Gleeson, Shane Gleeson and Mike McCarthy. John Holmes, his first kick out of the county final. Don Holmes, good kick out by Don Holmes into the centre. Flicked down there by Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson to Sean Gleeson there. Sean Gleeson being around from behind, going into Bernard McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy into the corner. Then a good shot. Anthony Hatton. Oh my God. High ball into no man's land. It's cut there and well won out there by the corner forward. The corner forward there is foul. Good work there. Is there another yellow card for retaliation? And possibly the referee will try in the ball. Matthew Brother fouled in transit. Very strong sun here in the Gaelic grounds. Assistance on the sideline. Blood sub to come on for Oola. Then the ball coming in down real good. Get it in. On the counter attack there, trying to get it out. Playing the ball crafty out of defence, going for offside the field. Going over there to John Clifford. Gone off John Clifford, the Mountcollins line ball. Feature the Oola forward line. They're rotating constantly all through the game. So Pat Breen, the blood sub, is on all the time. Mountcollins in the attack then, going to the centre there. Paddy is beaten for it there. And it goes into the half forward, the half back there. In question is John Buck. John Buck drive it down centre, trying to set up another attack. And then Oola still constantly in the attack. Then drive it into the centre. Seeing to the extra man coming through constantly. He over to carry the ball now, so the referee going to the centre again. Oola playing the patient build-up game. Going back to then to Owen Fitzgibbon. Owen Fitzgibbon got 10-20 metres to the ball. Dangerous ball by Owen Fitzgibbon down to the centre. Then that gone to the Ian Burke. Ian Burke can't blade in to make it change. High by Ian Burke, gone over the bar, good shot by Ian Burke. As I say, they're rotating their forwards constantly. James Brother. Kick it high into the centre of the field. Up for the breaking ball. The ball is broken down then and coming to the centre then. It's all Oola at the moment into the half-hour line then. Ian Burke shot is blocked down by Shane Deason. Shane Deason then wait for his Mike McCarthy. But the ball won't come to him unless you got it. And then going to then Jeremiah trying to get out in his own Stapleton. Owen Stapleton crossed into to Pat Breen. Pat Breen steps in this thing and then coming out for the is Keith Garvey. Keith Garvey then a hefty challenge and Keith Garvey didn't think it was a foul. Keith Garvey looking for the options are few as Keith Garvey drives down to Matthew Brother and his foul, then across to Paddy Lee across to Shane Gleeson across to Keith Garvey, then across into Shane Gleeson, then across forward again to Jeremiah Maroney, a good attacking ball, then across going forward again, Timothy Welsh with the ball happened behind and dispossessing behind, and then going Mountcollins making 6 mistakes at the moment, down to John Clifford with the ball, then no opening for Oola again to get set up another attack across the edge of the square, batting for there is Sean Lyons backing for Ian Burke gets it again, great chance for goal for Ian Burke, will he be satisfied with the point high and good and over the bar? It's Oola, everything going right, and Mountcollins, everything going wrong. As I said, the overlapping half-back line for Oola causing problems for Mountcollins with the extra man in attack. As there's a switch in the Mountcollins team, and if there's a switch in the Mountcollins team, there's a switch in the Oola forwards, then ball driven out into the centre there of the field. Going for it there is Tommy Catty, but the ball is got there by Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan, did he overcarry it? I thought he was fouled, but the referee very strict in overcarrying. Back there to Tommy Catty. Tommy Catty drive it down then to Paddy Lee into the centre there and trying to get Jeremiah Maroney into the centre into Paddy Lee. Paddy Lee is fouled on his forward foray and it's a free for Mountcollins. Good work by Jeremiah Maroney and Paddy Lee. The game 12 minutes old. Mountcollins yet to score. Chance for Tommy Catty. Rather difficult shot. Kicking into the sun. Looking good from this angle. Looking high and good and over the bar. Don Holmes to take the kick out. Looking up towards half-back John Burke. Will he come up John Burke's way? The ball coming out. John Burke waiting for the breaking ball. The ball is breaking down to John Burke and Paddy Lee. But Paddy Lee is playing much better today than he did in Kilmallock. Going to Shane Deason. Oh, hefty challenge. Could be another yellow card. John Clifford there, hitting the man in the back of the head from the back. And you can't do that to the referee. Tommy Carty is it. Timmy Begley calling for the quick one. Timmy Begley going to position there. Timmy Begley will carry this one forward. Pumps it down to the corner then. And good work there by Bernard McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy shot his half block down, goes out for the 45. Good work by Timmy Begley. Vigilant man going forward. Tommy Carty. Take the 45. Got Mountcollins only a score so far. Will he take a shot or will he go for the point? Can't big deal running from the full back position up in the centre. And to Shane Gleeson. Then go back to Tommy Carty. Tommy Carty going 10-20 metres the ball. Has a chance of the second point. Kick it high and dropping well and dropping over the bar. So Tommy Carty, who got the vital goal in Kilmallock, playing very well, getting Mountcollins 2 scores so far. The score after midway through the opening half, 1-2 for Oola, 2 points to Mountcollins. Dan Holmes kicking that one out. High into the centre, going up for there is Shane Gleeson, fisted forward to Shane Gleeson, fished forward then by Bernard McCarthy. Getting it in is Matthew, or James Brother, good work by James Brother, and James is fouled, or Matthew Brother, and Matthew's fouled. Tommy Carty looking for a spare man. Nobody in around the square. They're all the full forward line, keeping way out from the goal line. Very quick one then down to Matthew Brothers again. And then Tommy Carty with the ball. Tommy Carty punching it forward. Oh, hefty challenge and Tommy Carty when the ball was gone. Then to Sean Deason. Sean Deason, a mighty shot and a mighty point. The score of the game so far. Late tackle there and Tommy Carty. Score of the game so far. From about 28 metres near the sideline, Sean Deason getting a very, very good point from Mountcollins. In fact, an inspirational point. And good work there by Matthew Brood and Tommy Carty in the build-up play. Crowd getting behind Mountcollins. Oola, the better team for the opening. 7 minutes in, Mountcollins coming back to Don Holmes for offside of the field. The ball going out there, and then getting the ball there on the for offside is Conor Kiley. Conor Ryan driving it forward again for offside. Sean Lyons back in there with Davy Stapleton. Davy Stapleton, a great man to carry the ball, being harassed by Sean Lyons. Still Davy Stapleton, still being harassed by Sean Lyons, going very near the sideline. Davy Stapleton still with the ball, gone 20-30 metres with the ball. Dilly turning foot. Is he fouled? Yes, great work by Davy Stapleton. Golden chance for Oola to get that third point, kicking it high and kicking it well and kicking it over the bar. Full forward John Clifford, sending that one over the bar. Driven now this time by James Brother. James Brother high into the centre of the field, and it's going there to the half forward. The half forward in question is done quick across into the half back. The half back is John Buck. John Buck harassed by Paddy Lee. Jeremiah Maroney, the overcarry, and then he's going to drive it up for the very near the sideline. Going for there is Con Begley. It's gone over the side and gone very near the sideline. Con Begley let it go over the sideline. Line ball from Mountcollins. Good work by Paddy Lee and Jeremiah Maroney. Con Begley drives it into Shane Gleeson. Did he step over the line? No. Thomas is adamant that he didn't. The linesman is adamant that he did. Ball thrown in. Going for there and trying to get it in is John Clifford. John Clifford swung around there by Keith Garvey, and it's a free for Oola. Chance for John Clifford. Dangerous time for the Mountcollins backs because the sun is in their eyes there. You can see James Ruther with the hand up. Thing. Dangerous ball by John Clifford, and the mighty shot is it and over the bar. So Oola go back 4 points in front, free from John Clifford. John Clifford getting the last 2 points. Mountcollins badly needed a score before the half-time break. James Brother. There, Conor Ryan and Eddie Kiley. Shane Gleeson and Tommy Carty having a great battle in the middle of the field. James Brother for offside the field. Where will the breaking ball go to this time? The ball is broken down then. Going for there is Timmy Begley. Timmy Begley with the ball then. Pass it over across into the centre to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy down to the corner then trying to find Anthony Hartnett. Anthony Hartnett pushes him and it's a free for Oola. Don Reel to take the free. Don can kick with both left and right, kicks this for the left one a shot one there, half back again, the half back in question, Oola playing a lot of it from the back, then probing ball forward towards Con Begley battling for it, Con Begley when he front to the ball, then Stalling with the ball, gone 10-20 metres with the ball, pushed, the pass is right into the hands of Conor Ryan with Oola on the counter-attack. Is that a foul down the offside the field? Appeared as if there was a freeze. Doesn't say and get you there as the corner as Oola build up again from the back. There's a chance for goal and score. David Quirk on 10-20 metres with the ball. And then good work there by the centre back Kilcavi. But coming again, is that a foul? No, so they're a free. Trying to battle it out and then shot then driven by the corner forward. Packy work over the in-line and wide. Good work there by Keith Garvey in the Mountcollins defence at 6s and 7s to halt the Oola forwards. The Oola half back line doing an amount of damage coming from behind and providing the overlapping step for the forwards. Paddy Naughton telling his players get into their positions as there's literally nobody between the 65 metre mark and the 40 metre mark. James Brother kicking this one high into the centre, going up for there and trying to get his Bernard McCarthy fish down to Tom McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy into he fall from behind. No, so they're free as it goes down. Then all on the attack again, and they're carrying the ball constantly, inviting the men to tackle, have the pace, then have the tenacity to drive. Then they've gone 20 metres with the ball and still going through 40 metres, and then eventually Mountcollins concede a 45. Mountcollins defence. All the backs exceptionally poor today, not playing at all the way they played in the drawn game in Kilmarnock in the opening half. Man gone 30 metres unchallenged with the ball. Oh, it's the free, we thought it was a 45. Umpires undecided. And gone over the line and gone wide. Thought would be a certain point. John Clifford is normally ever accurate from there. The umpires, as I say, were undecided, the sun in their eyes. Switching the Mountcollins team. Sean Gleeson centre forward, Bernard McCarthy full forward. James Brother kick it high into the centre. Going for it there, Shane Gleeson, but being fisted there. Timothy Welch holding on for dear life. Fouled there again, but Mountcollins didn't get the freeze. A second foul there, and Jeremiah Roney, they get the free this time. Oola tackling from behind and getting away with it. Jeremiah Roney waiting for the quick ball. Timothy Begley pumps it long this time. Down to Matthew Brother. Getting there is the cornerback. The cornerback there is Paddy Grind being tackled by Paddy Lee. Still Paddy Grind with the ball. Paddy Grind to the centre there. And getting there is Packy Burke driving down. Then Keith Garvey getting it in and driving forward again. And then going. Michael O'Connor says brings the ball forward to Timothy Begley. Mountcollins full forward line. Way out in the half forward line. Foul there again. Don Reel will be very lucky if he doesn't get a yellow card this time. Personal fouling. I can't understand why the Mountcollins full forward line one moving alongside the goal mouth. Way out from the goals. The only one inside in the square is Bernard McCarthy. Tom McCarthy takes this one. Normally Tom try to find this time, trying to the corner then. Good ball there to Bernard McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy hopping the ball, looking for the option. The option there is Sean Gleeson. Speculative shot the edge of the square. Anthony Hartnett battling, but Don Reel gets it there. Don Reel very good at the edge of the square. Don Reel drive it out into John Burke. John Burke building in, as I say, the half-back line, building constantly from the half-back line, making immense, but good work there by Paddy Lee in the offside. Paddy Lee working very, very hard and winning the line ball. Paddy swinging from his work rate is enormous in this game so far. Out into the centre to Sean Deason. Sean Deason then looking for his options. The option is Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney puts it forward again. Then a late tackle again. A late tackle by on Jeremiah Maroney. Oola will be on to very, very careful. Chance for Tommy Carty, or is it Paddy Lee? To put a solitary goal between the teams. As I say, Oola, the better team in the opening half. More urgency about him, more the cutting edge. Mountcollins seem to be dead so far, but it's very easy to come in from this side of the stand. Chance for Paddy Lee to do his confidence, the power, go to drive this one over the bar, kick it high and dropping well and dropping over the bar, and a confidence booster for Paddy Lee. Solitary goal between the teams. 25 minutes gone the opening half. John Holmes to take the kick out. John Holmes looking over the far side, looking over to Owen Fitzgibbon. Owen Fitzgibbon there being met by Mike McCarthy. Will it come on Fitzgibbon's way? No, it comes into the middle of the field. Going up for there is Shane Deason. Shane Deason coming down. Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy goes into heavy tackle there. Still surrounded for dear life. Did he not? Referee says he didn't pass it properly. Take it there is Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan for offside the field down towards the full forward there. Davy Stapleton battling for it, and then get it there is Con Begley. Con Begley swung around coming out, and also swung around is Sean Lyons. Then lots of tackles going from behind. Free from Mountcollins then coming to the centre then, but again the pass going astray, and Oola lapping up all the John Clifford with the ball gone. John Clifford trying to draw Sean Deason. John Clifford speculative shot cross the edge of the ball. Timothy Walsh shows it is fouled from behind. No, so the referee he's trying to get out, and then he's still going down the ball. At last he gets the free. It's very hard to understand some of the refereeing decisions of Mike O'Connor to be down about 5 minutes before we get the free. Get it there, Mountcollins, and they counter-attack again. Good work there by Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy getting the ball in forward, trying to find there Anthony Hatton. Anthony Hatton is beaten again for it, and get here this time is Don Anderson. Don Anderson there playing very well in the cornerback. Into the midfield men there. Conor Ryan with the ball. Then pumping the ball forward, then down to the corner. Good work there by the Mountcollins defence and Keith Garvey. Good work there by the halfback. The halfback in question is Timmy Begley. To Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy then drive it down to Keith Garvey. Keith Garvey better off to get the ball. Do the work. Sean Deason there holding on to too long and doing the Egypt with. Sean Deason foul from behind. Holding on to for dear life. Dispossessed from behind. And then the battling for it. Will the referee throw it in and somebody touching the ground? Can't understand the shot passing game running into trouble. If they may drive the ball, but then again, as I said, it's easy to play from here. Tom McCarthy, Keith Garvey alongside him. Tom just crossed field again to Timmy Begley. Timmy Begley gone 5, 10, 20 metres with the ball. Still driving down the corner, then trying to find the corner. And Anthony Hatton battling for it again, and Don Anderson goes out over the line. It comes into the centre. The chance now of Mountcollins to get a goal. Is that a goal on Mountcollins? Oh, Bernard McCarthy is fouled again each time. Mountcollins go on the attack. They're impeded by the Oola defence, so give you away nothing softly. Chance for Paddy Lee. This chance looks easier than the last one, but dare we say it, it would be a major confidence booster for Paddy this time if he cut the deficit to 2 points by half time. Drive it high and drive it over the bar. Two points between the teams within the 29th minute of the opening half. As I said, Oola the better team. Mountcollins playing in spasms as they're constantly rotating their forward line again. Then drive it out in the centre, and then drink to the centre there. Got breaking ball. Oola winning the good work by Paddy Lee again, playing his hat out in and going there for dear life is Daniel Quirk. And then is there a free? See it from our angle there was referee Mike O'Connor. Let you a lot go. For offside the free, down to David Stapleton, Sean Lyons. David again will here on this one into the semi-fielder, and then Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan with the ball, gone 10-20 metres of the ball, will take a shot for this one. Did he overcarry it? No, so the free, a shot, it's gone out of the in-line, and will be kept in play by James Brother. James Brother soling away up the ball, then James Brother driving up, then good ball by James Brother. James Brother up then to good work by Mountcollins, right? Jeremiah Moroney driving the ball into the centre, then to Shane. Constant fouling, going unpunished. Every time Mountcollins go on attack, and still there's no name to add. No name taken. Jeremiah Moroney took the free beyond from where the offence was committed, and the referee hardened the technical things, but they make mighty feeling by Shane Leeson. Will he be fouled again? And then fouled into Keith Garvey. This is the best move of the game so far. Keith Garvey and then Anthony Hatton. Anthony Hatton sold the ball in across then to Keith Garvey. Keith Garvey then is he swung around? Yes, swung around, but gets the advantage. And then going down for dear life. That hit out there, Oola get it out then and making the advantage for offside the field, get it out at the half-back is John Burke and Timothy Welch. Timothy want to go in him close and not let him inside him, and then John Burke steered the ball, being harassed by Timothy Welch, and then John Burke then across the centre of the field, trying to find the man there in the centre. Good work by Keith Garvey, and then Con Begley roaming out then across the dangerous ball, the edge of the square. Is there a goal before half-time? John Cliff from the edge of the square, met it, and then making an angle for himself across in, and then the corner foul. Jay, and another shot, and then over the bar, pointed over the bar then by Daniel Quirk. Great save there by James Wood and Daniel Quirk, getting the return passing over the bar from John Clifford. Great movement on both sides. The best football kept for the end of the game. Into injury time in the opening half. 1-5 to 5 points. And all coming there from a technical thing by awarding the free afterward, and take the Conor Ryan there in the centre of the field, get it into the half-back, and they're coming forward again, holding the counter-attack for offside. They're going trying to John Burke, Timothy Walsh with the ball, Timothy Harrison then trying to dispossess him, difficult thing to do. John Burke, follow him. In fairness, I thought it was a Oola free. We'll call it as it is. Got the advantage. Timothy up into the centre, up to Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy gone 10-20 metres with the ball. And in the centre to Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson drive it forward in to Jeremiah Moroney. This is a great move by Mountcollins to Shane Gleeson. Don't say he'll be fouled again. And Shane Gleeson swung around there. But still Shane gone through. Gone 10-30 metres with the ball. Into the centre there. There's that goal coming up. Then it goes into Brendan McCarthy. Then goes 6 and 7. Then Mountcollins played it off the ball. Where are the umpires? Off the ball there, Matthew Brother struck off the ball. The referee saw it, still letting the play going on, out to this edge of the field, and going to this Paddy Lee, and there he goes, ball out over the wind line. There could be a sending off offence here. Matthew Brother, or stretcher there into the square. Did the umpire see it? Yes, they did. The hand out. Cynical tactics won't win games. Yes, we saw it here clearly. Oola. Amazing if there isn't a free. Amazing that wasn't a send off offence. Man stretched completely off the ball. Timmy Begley, will you drive it? Drive it! He drives the ball high in the far side, tries to find Shane Gleeson, but the pass goes astray then. Oh, then the counter attack again. And get here there. Here's John Burke. John Burke across in the midfield. Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan then to Ian Burke. Ian Burke a dangerous cross ball into the centre. Sean Lyons battling for there with John Clifford. And John Clifford gone across one man. Gone across the other. Driving in a dangerous shot there. Good work there in the corner. And trying going down for there by Con Begley. Con Begley and Jeremiah Romaroni. Improving as the game progressing. Good ball by Con Begley. Out to Paddy Lee. Paddy Lee with a stick off an Oola hand. And very near the half-time whistle off Donald Quirk. Paddy Lee drives up the side of the field. Going for there's Anthony Harton. Anthony Harton. And it's gone out. John Anderson playing well there in the cornerback position. Very near the half-time whistle. 5 minutes of injury time in the opening half. So there goes the half-time whistle. The scoreboard reads 1-5 to 5 points. The second half on about 2 minutes, and so far a counter-attack by both sides as Timothy Begley now being fouled, and Timothy gets the free from Mountcollins himself, plays it up to the side of the field trying to find Mike McCarthy, goes on then out to Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney playing well in the half-back line, good ball in foul. Oh, another heavy challenge there to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy into the corner into Bernard McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy wins in, was calling for Donald Leeson. Donald Leeson then, oh, late tackle again. Late tackle again. The second half about 2 minutes old. Padley, so far so good from 2 shots. This is his most difficult one to date. If he'll get this point, it will be a major boost for Mountcollins. Making an angle for himself. Kiki dropping high and dropping well and dropping. Went and then this punch shot there by Don Holmes. Thought he was going over the bar for a while. And battling for it there. Is that a free for Oola? Free for Oola there. Shot one there into the corner. Driven back again. All the cornerbacks playing well out there to the man. That's playing here, there, and everywhere. And driving, taking angle for himself, being hassled behind then. And Conor Ryan then. Conor Ryan into the corner then. Driving across there to the Keith Burke. Keith Burke then with the ball. Driving to the centre again. Trying to set up another attack. Oola trying to do their level best to protect the ball. Out to the corner then. Going for it back in there for it. And there's the corner forward, there's Packy Buck. Packy Buck is swung around there, still not getting the advantage. And then into the hefty ones there, there's a chance for Oola there. High shot, probing over the in-line and wide. Oola unlucky there not to get a free. Daniel Quirk. James Ruther. Oola forwards constantly changing. James Ruther, good kick out by James Ruther, high into the centre field. Going for there is Conor Ryan and Shane Leeson. Driving forward again then. And Timothy Walsh getting reading that one well. Pass it across in the centre, Timothy Begley. Timothy Begley swung around from behind then. And then it goes out to Keith Hatton. Keith Hatton across to Timothy Walsh. Timothy Walsh going down for it then. Making an angle for himself then. And it appears to be Paul from behind. John Clifford there, tackling from behind. Still touched the ball on the ground. And then referee let he let go there. And there, oh my God. My God. Mike O'Connell will be better off to call the freeze he sees him rather than let skirmishes develop. 3 frees there and no free given. Oh, put nudge again before the ball went up. And then coming back to Conor Ryan. Conor Ryan then hopping the ball, then making an angle for himself. Then across the centre, making an angle then again. All the defence. Con Bedley going for there. The good block by Con Bedley. Gone off an Oola hand and the Mountcollins line ball. Mountcollins line ball. Referee is right. We could see it clearly. Timothy Begley will have to stay inside the line. Quick one then to Sean Decent. Sean tackled foul from behind and still no free. And then referee. Oh, you can't do that. Mike O'Connor, things are happening in front of his nose there. Sean Lyons being dragged on there. David Stapleton. So John Clifford. Could there be an Oola goal? John gone 4-5 metres in, trying a pint, expected his shot, dropping it dangerously over, gone off. Hands of James Brother for a 45. Seven minutes gone the second half. Start second half. John Burke to take the 45. Ball comes in from the sideline for off sideline as well. John Burke, good man to kick a 45. Will he drive this one over the bar? Dangerous ball, the edge of the square. And then going out, then is Sean Lyons. Sean Lyons kick it there, battling for the count over the sideline. Ian Burke taking the quick one there into the centre, then to the half back. There, dangerous shot going to the edge of the square, and it's gone out for a 45. Out over the line and gone wide. I thought it was a 45. Lots of bunching, all the teams bunched in one half of the field. James Rother kicking that one out high into the centre, going up for his Timothy Begley. I'll catch you there unchallenged rather. Is Keith Burke. Keith Burke then, dangerous looking ball by Keith Burke across the edge of the square. Mid Oola on the attack again. Hefty challenge there out to the side of the field. Battling for it there and get it. And is Ian Burke. Ian Burke then making an angle for himself. Being swung around there by Timothy Walsh getting the ball in. Timothy Walsh going left, going right. Still gone 20 minutes with the ball. In there to the centre and drive it into Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy into the centre then to Paddy Lee. Oh, a hefty challenge. Paddy Lee is sending off a fence surely. Referee, if you let these things go, you'll have no game for a wind-up. We're not playing Aussie rules. Is there even a name taken? I know Ian Burke would want to be very careful. Still holding Jeremiah Maroney. Tom McCarthy, as I said, the commentary, he'd be better off to drive it into the full forward line as Johnny O'Connell comes on the team. Can Begley roaring for it. Can Begley get it? Can Begley got 10-20 metres with the ball. Will try to drive this one in, making an angle for himself. Still Con, great shot in across the edge of the square. Going up for now is James Ruther. James Ruther flick it out in, but unfortunately there Ian Burke is there. Ian Burke there is the man to get it. Ian Burke is shot his half back down. Going for there is Tom McCarthy with Ian Burke. And still Ian Burke goes down it. Does he touch on the ground? Yes, they're a free Mountcollins ball. Chance there now for Sean Leeson. Sean Leeson making an angle himself. Is that a point? Could be up for Sean Leeson. The answer is why, yes! And Sean Leeson gets the first point of the second half. And the second half is 10 minutes old. Mighty point there under pressure. So 2 points between the teams. Six to 8. 5 to 6 points. The next score will be of vital importance. Oola selectors think they're making a switch. Don Holmes, good kick out by Don Holmes between Shane Gleeson and Conor Kiley. Ball breaks between them. Breaking ball, Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney across the line into Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy get rid of the ball. Oh, Jesus. Cross into Sean Gleeson alongside him. Sean is unceremoniously fouled. Then across then to Timmy Begley. And then Timmy Begley down to Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney, oh, great ball in by Jeremiah Maroney. Donald Gleeson going down the ball. Gleeson fouled. And it's a Mountcollins free. Good work by Timmy Begley, Jeremiah Maroney and Donald Gleeson. Mountcollins coming back into their own. Padley would be asking an awful lot to expect Pa put this one over, because this is a very difficult angle. But Pa's on fire today, driving this one high and driving this one onto the corner, but over the inline and wide. It was a difficult shot. 2 points between the teams. Don Holmes. Second half, 12 minutes old. Game delicately poised. Mountcollins playing very well the last few minutes. Ball driven out to the side of the field. Go up for there and get it. Oh, great feeling by Shane Gleeson, but just dispossessed at the last moment. Down to Eddie Kiley. Eddie Kiley to Donald Gleeson. And Eddie Kiley. Oh. Falling down to Keith Carvey. Keith Carvey going for there. Keith Carvey and some honesty hit. Keith Carvey fouled a second time, a third time. And then, oh my God, Conor will stop that. Keith Carvey fouled twice, but he even get the free. Ball is thrown in there. Ball again. Keith Carvey is fouled. And at last he gets the free. Or Shane Gleeson. Timmy Begley to take it. Timmy will be urged to drive it as long as he can to the far offside the field. Oh, but unfortunately his kick is out. And then coming out this side field and to get it there is Keith Carvey. Keith Carvey with the ball. Oh, swung around again. And then drive it forward. Well, if persistent fouling isn't punished in this game, we don't know what the rules at all. And then going to Jeremiah Maroney and late tackle there. Oh my God, for offside of the field. Con Begley nearly taken out again. Jeremiah Maroney then in a cross into Bernard McCarthy. Bernard McCarthy making an angle for himself. Bernard McCarthy and then to James Brother. James Brother to Sean Gleeson. Just shows off Sean Gleeson last time. Out then it comes to Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy, oh, goes in then to Padley out to the side of the field to Timmy Begley. Mountcollins in the attack. Timmy Begley waiting for his options. Then holding up the ball for dear life. Then crossing to the centre to Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson making an angle for himself, but unfortunately the end product just wide of the target. Good play by Mountcollins there. Conor Ryan appears to be coming back on. Who's going off? Only 1 point so far in the second half. And the second half, 15 minutes old. Don Holmes playing this side of the field. Shane Gleeson going up for it. Shane Gleeson flicking it down again and breaking for there, trying to get it with Brendan McCarthy. But coming across then to Timothy Begley. Timothy Begley dispossessed there by the corner forward. It's Keith Burke. Keith Burke out this side of the field. Out to Davy Stapleton. Davy keep going all day. Harris by Keith Garvey. Davy Stapleton charges with the ball. Charges the second time. And then third down across the edge of the square. Good build up by Oola. Is that a point on here? A shot, but that is a point. And they're driven over the bar there by John Burke. Good work by Davy Stapleton. So that could be a vital point. Oh, shot ones are dangerous. And then it goes for offside the field. Got Padley up inside, kicked up then towards Con Begley. Con Begley doing dear life. Great work by Con Begley to get it. Con Begley calling for there. It's Timothy Welsh. Timothy Welsh stopping with the ball. Still stalling with the ball. Gone about 20 minutes with the ball. Then trying to set the dummy. And then pass it over there to the centre to Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson then into the Mike McCarthy. Out of the Johnny O'Connell. Johnny O'Connell to Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy then to the overlapping then. Padley. Gone 10, 20, 30 minutes with the ball. Don't say he'll be fouled again. That they'll curtail the movement. Sean Gleeson calling for it. We see typical Sean Gleeson sprint. Gone 10, 20, 30 metres. Sean Gleeson into the corner then. Is that a goal by kick? Over the ball! Over the ball! A great moment. Started by Timothy Walsh, then Shane Gleeson, then Keith Garvey, and then Sean Gleeson, and the game is down to 2 points. A great moment, could have easily gone into the net. Now the football is opening up the score, 9 points to 7, the time, 17 minutes gone the second half. Excitement at fever pitch in the Gaelic grounds, and Keith Garvey's shot could have easily gone into the net. Great work. Burst through by Sean Gleeson, and Sean Gleeson playing very, very well today. The score, 1 goal and 6 points to 7 points. Don Holmes, this side of the field, all the second half. Will the ball break again? Up the ball is going there and get it there is Ben McCarthy. Ben McCarthy is fouled and it's a Mountcollins free. Take it quickly down. Tom McCarthy be able to drive it away in forward, Tom. Drive it in, Tom, he said. And then get you there and get here. There's Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy. I hope you'll do the right thing with it, Mike. Stalling a second time. Then being pulled a third time, being fouled. Yes. Take them on and they'll foul. So Mike McCarthy fouled. Tom McCarthy to take it. A chance for Tom McCarthy to cut the deficit to solitary point. Going over the bar. And the cheer will tell a story. A solitary point between the teams. As we say, cynicism and fouling is a game that's not wanted in any game. And Mountcollins coming back then to within a point of Oola. Gave them the dream step, but finishing with a flourish. The excitement at fever pitch in the Gaelic grounds. Don Holmes to take the kick out. As the Crows on the far offside, they're going for Listowel-Varna, but they're a month late for Listowel-Varna. The mating season is over. Then to drive it out, then Don Holmes. Don Holmes, a vital kick out, will go through the centre right this time. High kick by Don Holmes. Padley go up for then Tom McCarthy. Breaking down off Tom McCarthy. Then going a second time, then Oola win the breaking ball. Then driven down to the offside the field. Going there to John Burke. John Burke across into David Stapleton. David Stapleton, a great man, I said, being swung around there. And then David Stapleton being swung around the second time. The counter-attack is dangerous from Oola. John Clifford. Vital free for John Clifford. Dangerous ball. James holds it. And James the pass out to Johnny O'Connell. Johnny O'Connell drive it out in centre. Great work then in the half back line and drive it out into the centre. Out towards Tom McCarthy, but up to there Shane Gleeson get here then. Shane Gleeson across to Timothy Walsh. Timothy Walsh drive it out then to Timothy Begley. Timothy Begley gone 10-20 minutes with the ball. David Stapleton trying to get him. David Stapleton eventually tries to get him in against the shot to Mike McCarthy again to Timmy Begley. Doher into the shot then to the man instead of go for O'Connell. A great shot. And the goal, Ballet! Oh, let's come! The goal has come! Tan Tucker. Padley, a great goal, a definite goal, a mighty goal by Padley. Went in, no question, to the small square. The Oola backs are trying to intimidate the referee, but Mike O'Connor will hopefully stand his ground, and the goal counts. The goal counts. Put up the green flag, he said. Wrap the green flag around me, boys. The goal counts. The goal counts. Padley and Mountcollins going to 2-point lead. Without hat last the last 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes left in the game. Dewar the man and Dewar is the name. Ball driven out and by John Holmes. High into the centre. Ball punched down by Shane Gleeson. Gone down by Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson there is fouled. Sean Gleeson is fouled the second time. And then the third time and is pushed from behind. And then Sean Gleeson goes down again, is pushed to fourth in front, and man, he will ever get the free, and it comes back again, and Oola, they're rattled at the moment, and they're driving it forward the second time, and then going across the field there, and going with his Jan there, great work by the heroic man, James Matthew. This is James. There was a great man called after him, up there, Tom McCarthy, Tom battling for dear life, and then they're surrounding the man, the free comes easily this time. 9 minutes left in the game. 2 points between the teams. If a man's name is taken for a small foul, why should be done to a man for a big foul? Ball for offside the field. Going very near the sideline. Trying to battle for there is Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney keeps it in play. 8 minutes left in the county final. Can Mountcollins maintain the momentum? Jeremiah Maroney cross there then to Keith Garvey. Keith Garvey holding on to the ball for dear life. Across then to Jeremiah Maroney. Jeremiah Maroney gone 10-20 beats of the ball. Still Garvey with a sort of enthusiasm that would do a 5-5 greyhound justice. And then looking for his options for Whizzle from behind and across into the centre then. Playing around to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy then across to Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy then is gone through. He's not a goal. Over the bar by Tom McCarthy. Tom McCarthy, Thomas McCormick. Tom McCarthy used his head and used his hand, and we used both wisely. Time ticking away, excitement at fever pitch. There, Oola putting on a sub. John Holmes high into the centre of the field. Sean Gleeson going up for mid-air. Going there to the mid-men there in the centre mid-men is Eddie Kiley. Eddie Kiley there and Johnny O'Connell battling for Timmy Begley going off. Timmy Begley is there a free. Yes, said the referee. Mountcollins want to have their backs back at this stage. Keith Buck to take it. That's Keith Buck. It's Owen Fitzgibbon. Owen Fitzgibbon across. Oola maintain their composure. Owen Fitzgibbon with the ball now, making an angle for himself. Being tackled by Shane Gleeson. Still Owen Fitzgibbon was onto Shane Gleeson, dispossessed by Shane Gleeson. And then goes across into the centre. Man, there's John Buck out to the centre. Then goes to the half forward. The question is David Buck going 10-20. And out comes there again Mountcollins on the counter attack. There, the cheer will tell the story. Jeremiah Maroney having the game of his life. Down to Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson and then to Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson then letting the ball wise for across the side to James Brother. Oh, clever flick by James Brother. And then going very near the sideline. Then driving down the great work by James Brother. Keep it in into Mike McCarthy. The Mountcollins forwards want to be moving forward. Mike there is looking for his options. The options are very few at the moment. Then pass it out again. Pass it out into Sean Gleeson. Sean Gleeson then to Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy holding on to the ball for dear life. Still holding on to the ball then to the centre to James Brother. James Brother kicks his shot. Shot is half smothered. Blocked down. Going to the old man again. Down to David Buck. David Buck then for offside the field. Then to the centre then set up another attack. Then up to the centre then. Battling for dear life is Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson, great tackle there by Shane Gleeson. Shane Gleeson there battling for dear life. Dispossesses his man. Outstanding work by the man from Knockhoe. Then tackling Padraig Ryan, the man that was very lucky to be in the game after the first half. The time, 6 minutes, 24 minutes gone. Is history to be created in the Gaelic grounds on this the 6th day of November? Mountcollins playing brilliant football at the moment. Can they maintain the momentum? It's asking an awful lot to Mountcollins because they're playing their hats out in the second half. Over into the cornerback here is John Anderson. John Anderson, a great man to carry the ball. Still John Anderson with the ball. Then battling there and trying to get the corner. Man there in the half back line. It's John Buck. And John Buck with Timothy Welch. A high, dangerous, probing ball across. James head up. And James! I taught you what to do, James. And you did the right thing, Garson. So 5 minutes left in the game. Well, can they last it out? Can they last the pace? 5 minutes here. We are trembling with excitement in the Gaelic grounds. There's a bee over in the nest, but we're not looking at the bees or the birds at the moment. We're looking at the players in the field. It's down to 5 minutes left in the game. James Ruther driving out this one. Mountcollins packing the extra man back in defence. Oola have only scored 1 point in the second half. James Brothers kick out the mighty one. Shane goes up for it. Shane is pushing behind, and then Shane gets it the second time. Then it goes out. Then driven out to Shane. Shane drives it out. Then and Dooher, the man that created the goal with the ball, holding up the ball for dear life. Still holding up the ball for the dear life, and then to the corner then and get it out to Mike McCarthy to Sean Leeson to Paddy Lee looking for the far offside. That they over elaborating then, and then driving up there, holding for dear life then into Tom McCarthy. If Tom got a point out, this one to be great, and then to James Brother goes back to Tom McCarthy, a great man to weigh his options, soling the ball, hopping the ball, then across the back to Jeremiah Moroney. Are they overdoing it? Jeremiah Moroney then to the centre to Sean Leeson. If Sean Leeson kicks this one over the bar, it's dropping. Don Holmes, as he let it out, holds onto it. Don Holmes holds onto then. Don Holmes still with the ball. Don Holmes, the time is precious. The time has gone down to 5 minutes. 5 minutes left. Or is it 4? 4. That last minute was very long. The Oola still in the attack then. Oh, great work there. Brilliant work there by Matt Shoebrother, having the game of his life, suffering from cramp. A great dispossession at a vital time. 3 minutes left. Can we hold the excitement here in the Gaelic grounds? The 6th of November 2011. But there's a lot to be with it first. Battling for it. There's Paddy Lee in the thick of the action. And they're trying to take it down. Want to let the Oola defence go close again. Tweety Welch wins it there. And the Garson comes out and passes it over. Oh, he gets a haymaker. That'll do him the world of good. But don't try it again. There, you're ahead there all day. John Burke, stop it off the ball by it. Stop it off the ball. The Mountcollins then come out there and then get it there and for dear life, and then get it there is Timothy Begley then making an angle for himself, then across into Mike McCarthy then across the centre of the field. Dangerous game from Mountcollins then, and get here then there across the centre. They'll be off up to wide. Fine Paddy Lee by Tom Paddy Lee is calling for it. Still they're going for dear life, and then Mountcollins to Shane Leeson to Sean Leeson cutting the edge through the centre. Gone 10, 20, 30 metres with the ball. High dropping ball but over the in-line and wide. 2 minutes left in the game. Can our heart stand it? Go no made focus a clear. Ta Breen McCorry get tucked and Verden. Ta Nwell Forna here at Cursus abrupt out into the centre of the field. Go up there, Shane go up for then. Majestic field. He's fouled the first time. He's fouled the second time. And my God, is there justice after that? The ball goes quickly, still there, Mountcollins behind the vigil, Eddie Kelly across then, every fellow in back walking then, to Paddy Lee, then back and then Eddie Kelly making an angle for himself, and then driving at a certain time, then making an angle for himself, then going through the counter bus there, and Conor Ryan making an angle for himself. Conor Ryan's falling there where he is, it's fine out there. As I want to mind the goals, 2 minutes, they're looking for the goal. Minute left in the play. Sean Burke to take it. John Burke kicks it into the centre. Go out there and get here there. And foul there and transit. Is Bernard McCarthy, the ball going hither and thither. Then a free out from Mountcollins. It's gone into the last minute. Go out this way to Timmy Begley gone 10, 20 metres with the ball. Still going Timothy Begley. Will he get a late tackle? The player is still keep back from him. And then going there is there is Bernard McCarthy, Shane Leeson drive it up into the centre. Then Donald Leeson followed for dear life then. It's gone out over the sideline. Time ticking away. 49 seconds left. Mike O'Connor checking his watch. Is history to be made in the Gaelic grounds? Is they're driving up the side of the field? It's gone out over the sideline. Timothy Begley with the ball. Oh! Timothy Welch with the ball. Still Timothy Welch. Still going with the ball. But dear life then. Oh, just dispossessed. Going up till there is Keith Garvey gone down and Keith Garvey is fouled. It's a Mountcollins free. No, said the referee. No, said the referee. Tackles from behind, not punished. But the rules can be interpreted in different ways. Keep Gavi then come out with it then and get you then the half powerful one. Don't Fitzgibbon and make an angle for himself. Sit Fitzgibbon. Then the top stage of the square and it's gone out, let out. Oh Jesus! Johnny Connell holding on the ball for dear life. Johnny is dispossessed. Johnny crossed into going out. Mountcollins in the attack. Keith Gavi making 6 and 7. Still Keith Gavi very near the sideline. Still Keith Gavi holding on to his dispossessed and fouled. It's Mountcollins free. Into injury time in the Gaelic grounds. Have Mountcollins weather the storm? Is Cyclone Antonio gone for the moment? In there again now, Brian McCarthy is there. Or is there a free for offside? Something there we didn't see. It's the 45. Possibly the last 45 of the game. A minute of injury time gone. 45 is history to be created in the Gaelic grounds. 45 is taking this one, a good one. They're dropping the edge of the square, backs and forwards, and they're all battling for it in. And then Mountcollins certainly on for dear life and swung around there. It's a Mountcollins free to the referee. Oh, it's thrown up again. He'll throw him up all day. She's like Mountcollins at minute of injury time, 1:90-1:06, then battling for dear life then, and Mountcollins there, and they're coming out again, and making there, so to see the final whistle, go out there to Donald Leeson getting up then, pay it back again, and then Mountcollins on the counter-attack, good ball forward again, to Brian McCarthy. Brian has gone 10-20 metres with the ball. Brian utilising his experience as all the backs going forward then, down, though there, Mountcollins man hit off the ball again. Brian McCarthy puts it over then to Paddy Lee. Paddy Lee making an angle for himself then. Paddy Lee holding onto the ball for dear life, kicking the ball right into the centre. Is Bear going to a goal here? Oh, a foot block. Is it a penalty? Is it a penalty? Time. 2 minutes of injury time here in the Gaelic grounds. Mountcollins a 45. History to be made. Tom McCarthy to take it. Tom, if you'll get the point of this one, it would be the finest point of your life. Drive it as hard as you can, Tom. Drive it. Tom to take it. Hands up. Tom, you'll point it. Have the confidence. Say, I can, I will. You can, you will. High ball into the edge of the square. Coming out to centre in. Is that the point that's all over? Popping high and dropping over the bar. The man from Luxembourg, Bernard McCarthy. He came back. Hánig Sherash, Táchén Shaw, Augustin Clare, Boteg Nuki Kalon. Bernard came back. He's here. And Mountcollins are county intermediate champions. 1 point for Oola in the second half. The boys, they did it. They came, Veni Vidi Vici, they came, they saw, they conquered. The greatest moment in the club's history. An outstanding second half performance, curtailing Oola to a solitary point, and in the process adding on a goal and 5 points. The greatest moment in our lifetime. We'll die happy after this.
Erson Borpel, Povalum, Falta, Akerdagake and Enov. On behalf of Limerick Football Board, I would like to welcome everybody here today, especially the people of Mountcollins and the people of Oola. It was a great sporting game, a game we deserved after the bad day in Kilmallock, and I think nobody can disagree, but the better team were victorious today. I'd like to thank all the other clubs that competed in this competition. It was a great competition run all the year and played by all teams in a good and sporting manner. I would like to thank all the referees who refereed our games from the start to the year. This evening we have finished up. I would like to thank Michael O'Connor and his officials today for a good game under heavy conditions. I would like to thank the press and the radio who covered our games during the year. And Before I finish, I would say hard luck to Oola, a great footballing parish. It's their second year runners-up. But no doubt with the great tradition they have, they'll come back. But today belongs to Mountcollins. And here in the presentation area, I'm not presenting the Moscow Memorial Cup, another member of a sporting family in West Limerick. Liam Linehan, one of your own, will present the cup to the Mountcollins captain, Sean Gleeson.
Mean to the Kiri agus Corkig. Tá sor mo glachamid an Cornshala from gonna Killen. We come from the smallest village in Ireland, I'd say, right back in the borders of Cork and Kerry. 126 houses in total, and for some reason there were mostly males in the family, thank God. That's why we're such a mighty football team today. Lads, I'd just like to say what an honour it is to be captain of such an honest bunch of lads. We started training right up to February. The whole 34 or 5 of the players, and a special mention to Seamus O'Connell today, who couldn't play because he enjoyed a mighty season. Well done, Seamus. I'll start off by thanking one and all from underage, Borden and Oak, all the way up. They trained us. We got a footballer age of 4 or 5 years of age. The likes of Jerry Healy, Lorta Mercy, and the likes of John Lyons, Guy Gleeson, Danny Gleeson, Larry Begley, Seamus O'Connell, they're all there, the Flurry and Jimmy and the whole lot of them. We'd like to thank you from underage right up to the present day. The likes of Dave Keaty even came across the border and gave us a hand for a while. So well done to everyone who's supported the team. I'd like to thank 4 men in the background there. They call them the 4 wise men, in fairness. They're like our mammies. They had bottles of water for us, they had oranges for us, they had jerseys and everything. Paddy the Harness, well done. Eric Lacey, Wheels, and like that's David O'Connell and Seamus Hickey. Thanks very much, lads, well done. I'd like to thank our manager especially. He was a player before, but the only way we could retire him was put him manager. So he came over, he got a poison chalice, but he made a fine job of us. He's a friend to one and all, and when he needed to step up to the mark, he made the big decisions. One and only, Paddy Naughton! Now, a very special thanks on behalf of the team and every man in Mountcollins. Our spiritual leader, I guess I could call him. He's our sensei, our one and only. He came over with cones and bags. He came over with punch bags. Jeez, we need him today, actually. He came over with a lot more than that. We were running around all the time wondering what was he up to. He came across from Kerry, but no, it was an honorary Mountcollins man. The one and only Mr. Humphrey Doody. Go on. On behalf of the team and managers as well, I'd like to thank the referee Mike O'Connor and the linesmen and umpires today, and the Gaelic ground staff and all of them involved here today. Thank you very much, lads, you did a great job. 2 more people to thank, the most important people on behalf of everyone on the team. It was like our 16th player right here, and every day they clapped us off the field. They were out in wet weather, dry weather, cold weather, every weather. Our one and only, every one of you supporters here today. You're the 16th player, well done, Che. And last but by no means least, lads, Oola, what a fine sporting team, well done to you. It was our first time beating you. I've no doubt, lads, we know how you feel. We lost 2 county finals before we won the third one in junior, and I've no doubt you'll be back next year, you'll be up with us in senior level. Well done, 3 cheers for Oola. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Come on, the Valley!
Come on, Lacey. Jesus. Come on, Lacey. What you do to us? Point to that.
One more, son. Last one. Give it. Come on, lads. Stand up straight now.
I am standing up. That's the way he smiles as well. I am standing up.
There's the Mountcollins top on him, he has. Now that'd be fair.
Well, Paddy, congratulations. You must be delighted.
Over the moon, Johnny, without a doubt. Well, it's the best day of my life. No doubting that in GA terms anyway, that's for sure.
Half time, Paddy, you were down the goal, 1-5 to 5 points. Didn't look good. You gave a most impressive second half performance.
Yeah, we had to tighten up on a few things. Our distribution of the ball from maybe frees and open play was very lax, which didn't like the fellas that usually. We made a few wrong decisions and just had a word with them, and they seemed to come out right in the second half.
Curtailing Oola to a solitary point in the second half. At half time you wouldn't believe it, but everything went your way, and as you say, the decisions went right in the second half.
Without a doubt, the decisions and our superior fitness. There's no two ways about it, and there's one man here on my right that you can talk to in a minute, but that's the only reason that Mountcollins is up where they are at the moment. We've always had the talent in our village, but we've just never got to the level of fitness that these boys have got to, and that's as simple as that.
And overall, Paddy, great work by the team management, great work by the team and the supporters as well. They were definitely the 16th men.
Unbelievable. The noise, trying to get a word out to the lads on the pitch was nearly next to impossible. We had to run out to within earshot of them so that they could hear us, because the noise out of the stand was just unbelievable. I'd say everyone from every parish around our area, every Lash parish has a representative here today shouting out Mountcollins. So,
Paddy, congratulations again, and well done.
Thank you very much, Johnny.
Well, Humphrey, great credit is due to you, like Paddy said, for keeping the team in desperate trim. Was it hard over the last few weeks to maintain the momentum, especially after the drawn game in Kilmallock?
Well, not necessarily, because we started an early campaign in the 19th of February, and we done a lot of endurance training in those few months. So basically, it was just only a case of keeping them sharp, through the latter stage of the championship, and I can't sing praises highly enough of these lads. That was no problem whatsoever to keep them focused on where they were and to stay at the level they were at. So I'm absolutely delighted for them.
And I suppose Humphrey as well, to put it mildly, they're a complete footballing side. There's no kind of malice or no, we'll say, taking the man out of it. They play football from start to finish, and most neutrals I spoke to after the game, they said definitely football was the winner today.
Oh, absolutely. We see that every night over in Mountcollins and training, that if football is king, really, and they know another way, and that's it, Johnny. They know another way.
And then it's an awful step up, Humphrey. Now we want to talk about today, going up to senior ranks. The club championship is around the weekend. You're going to Slieve in the Mon territory. I know who won today, and I suppose everything from now on is a bonus.
It is indeed. That's the way we're going to look at it, and we'll enjoy tonight. Look, and we'll get back doing a bit of training on Tuesday, and we'll take it from there.
Humphrey, you're doing Trojan work down with many clubs in West Limerick, Trojan work from Mountcollins, and definitely you're instrumental to their intermediate success. And I suppose it's a hard question to ask you next year. Mountcollins senior, Abbeyfield senior, where will Humphrey be?
Well, I'm going to go to Mountcollins tonight, right, and I'm going to have a good old night, and I'll give you a political answer. We leave it be for the moment.
Humphrey, congratulations again.
Thank you, Johnny.
You set the ball rolling, winning county junior B title in the last century. You must be delighted, man, with the present result today.
We're very pleased. They played fierce well all through. Well, the 10 minutes in the second half, they were trying to dig it out, and they did dig it out, and they finished very strong, very fit.
We were saying you just hit the nail on the head. They are very, very fit in, because Humphrey was saying that the fitness stood him in good stead in the end, because they were as strong, if not strong at the end, than they were at the start.
We played lovely football there in the last 10 minutes. Even our backs played a great ball and kept it wide, and we split him up, and we got the point in the finish to keep us safe. It was tight,
You always had a great hat. How was the hat during the game?
It was under pressure, Johnny, a bit. It was a tough game to watch. We were fighting. We were trying to come back. They were good. They were dangerous in the break. they had to go for good men, like, and we just ground out the result in the finish. We kept playing to our game plan and it worked.
And I suppose there'll be celebrations tonight in it.
There will be celebrations and they're entitled to that. They're after putting in a great effort over the year.
You've been through with them through thick and thin. Congratulations again.
Thanks very much.
Well, Father, you must be delighted. A great result. You said that the ball would hop the right way at Mass last night, and it certainly did in the end.
They think I very good result. They won it in the second half hour with taking their points.
And at half time they started poorly, but I suppose we'll forget about that tonight. They gave Oola a big cushion of a lead, but definitely in the closing 20 minutes they played like champions.
Very well, all of them, the whole team and subs and the whole lot. Yeah.
And was any stage you think they'd lose the game?
No.
Father, I think we were very well with the man above, because there were times in the commentary position we were very doubtful that they'd win.
Well, I think we had the spirit today, the real spirit.
And the real spirit. Timmy, you must be delighted. Great game, great win.
I'm delighted, Johnny, of course. It was a great performance, especially in the second half. You know, they got a bad start, and it was a great sign of the team that they fought back from, they were 5 points down at one stage. But God, when they got a smell of it there in the second half, they really went at it, and it was a great performance. The better team definitely won.
You could never see at half time, Timmy, Oola being held to a solitary point in the second half. Such was their dominance in the opening half.
No, but I was saying to the lads above the stand, you know, Mountcollins were never out of it, and they were hanging in there. And one thing about that team anyway, they have great battling qualities. And by God, when it was in the melting pot there in the second half, they really went for it, and it was a great victory.
Father O'Gorman must be well in with the man above, because he prayed for them in Fulla last night, Fulla this morning, Mountcollins this morning, and I suppose he brought the spirit of the Holy Trinity with him to inspire them to the Shamrock success.
He has a bit of power, all right. We know that.
Thanks, Timmy. Well, Larry, you must be delighted. A great success and outstanding second half.
Jeez, I was never as happy in my life, Johnny. It was the best performances of Mountcollins for a long time in the second half. When the chips were down, they really stood up to it. And they played some outstanding football in the second half.
And I suppose in the final analysis, Larry, football was the winner, because Mountcollins, as I said to some person earlier today, didn't a dirty stroke in them, and football won out.
Yeah, football won out today, and it was a blessing for all the neutral football girls who were up in the stand. Felt Mountcollins played football, and that's how they won it. And off the ball tactics didn't work today, because Mountcollins kept the ball wide, and they kind of didn't take the ball into the tackle either. They played it, you know, they played the man coming along and
I suppose in their fitness was vital, especially in the last 20 minutes.
Especially the last 10 minutes, and that's tribute to Humphrey Doody for that. Sure, he has him lifting up to the rafters at the moment, like. And Mountcollins are a hard team to beat, like, ask any team that I meet, and they'll tell you they had to put him away. You know,
of course, Lar, you coach many of these underage, under 12, under 14 national school, and it's a very proud feeling. Then you're on two boys as well to come to fruition, and then to think that Thomas is out in Australia, and he must look at the video now. I'd say he'd be delighted, because he was instrumental in gaining county glory in 2009.
He was, but I mean, you can't overestimate or underestimate the value of national school and club and all go along, but these fellas have stuck with it through thick and thin over the past few years. They have met their bad days too when they lost county finals, but they have gained a lot of experience out of it, and there's one thing to say about them with the past 2 years: they never pack up now. If they're down 4 or 5 or 6 points, they keep plugging away, as they did today, and you'll see the result in the finish.
And I suppose we'll say 2 years ago they won County Glory, and as you say, the experience in the Munster campaign, you could see the experience standing in good stadium now, because they don't fold.
No, experience is a good thing to have, because Oola have experience as well, but they seem to lose the run of themselves today in the last 20 minutes. Like Mountcollins were completely in top, and they could have scored a few more scores. But if they did, they'd have finished the game. The game would be all over, like, with 10 minutes.
Another point, Larry, looking forward to next year. I know next year is a little away. They're seniors, all their players are young. they have a few, 3 or 4 or 5 more players that might come onto the panel, is that there's a wealth of talent in the parish at the moment.
There is, and they're going very well under 21 at the moment, you see. They won the county under 16 yesterday, and they were only beaten by a point by Oola in the county semi-final, the minors, without Stevie Cahill. So I can see a good few fellas coming onto the team in the next few years. Like, and hopefully they'll stay together, and immigration won't be the cause of a lot of them having to leave. Like.
So you'll celebrate tonight, lad?
I'll drink a few pints, Johnny.
Well done, congratulations, well done. David, congratulations, a great day from Mountcollins, a great day for the club.
It was a big day for the club, right? Well deserved, well going to them. There was a lot of work into that team, a lot of work into it now, pile of work into it.
When they made the breakthrough, Davy, 2 years ago, winning the junior A title for the first time in the club's history, went through to the Munster final in the junior A. I suppose the experience that time stood in good stead him today.
Oh, it did. It was a massive experience. That was a great experience for him. It was a great experience for that bunch of men. They deserved today victory, in fairness to them. They do deserve today's victory.
And they're going to see it now next year, Davy, and I suppose with the amount of talent available to the club at the moment and the strong underage structure, under 16s winning County Glorious Day, minors winning West Glory, and under 21s in the West final, there's a lot of talent coming through as well.
There is a lot of talent coming through at the moment now, but seniors are a big step in for the boys, but they'll be up to it, don't worry. It's a big step up from juniors, intermediate and seniors. That's the way it goes.
And I suppose, David, then as well today, they're great support, and they have great support all through the campaign. And when things are delicately poised, the support means an awful lot.
It does, to the next time anything like, but they had great support now down all this year. Very good support now. Very good.
So the celebrations will go on for a while, David.
They'll go on for all this week anyway, getting to you.
Thanks, David. Congratulations again.
A busy place this weekend, sir.
Thanks, David. Congratulations, you must be a proud man. A great win, history created, great second half.
Great second half, Johnny. Finished very well. I think our fitness probably, plus our playing very intelligent football out of the backstand, brought balls out the wing and finished very, very, very strong.
Half time, the game was there for the taking. Oola 1-5, Mountcollins 5 points. After a slow start, you wouldn't be very confident.
I wasn't very confident, but having said that, the last couple of games, we usually, you know yourself, we kind of play better in the second half of most of our games through the whole championship. And I was confident enough at half time that we'd have a big say in the second half. If we kept them without getting another goal, we were saying, and we did that.
And I suppose we'll say in the second half there, football won out. That was great movement. They utilised the wings to full value, and then the goal came at a vital time.
Well, at a vital time, and a great sweeping move up this wing here behind us and across the field. And Matthew, everything was done brilliant in fairness. Donald Gleeson gave the last pass, and Matthew was at a flick to the net, and it was a mighty goal in fairness, mighty goal.
We gave the credit to Padley, so it was Matthew that got it.
I think it was Matthew got it, and I'm nearly sure it was Matthew got it.
A great goal, and as well, I suppose this team find out intermediate one. They have a great future ahead of them because lots of the team are very, very young.
Well, lots of the team are very young, and we have a few good young fellas coming on behind them. Plus the fact that we have a few lads that were away, and I no doubt they'll be back for next year, and hopefully we will give a good account of ourselves in the senior championship.
Deadly following, you must say, all West Limerick.
Well, unbelievable, John. I met people here from Dockchapel and Brushton and from Abbeyfield and Knocknagoshel. We have a fierce support, and you could see that when we got scores and when we were wanting the crowd got behind the team as well, and I think that definitely had a say in the team as well.
Must say there'll be a song or two tonight.
Definitely, Johnny.
Congratulations again. Well, Seamus, congratulations. A job well done. I thought going to the game, I'd be quite frank with you, I thought you hadn't a great chance, but you proved the critics wrong again with a brilliant second half performance, and you kept to your task, kept to your game plan, an outstanding result.
You keep talking, Johnny, over all said for me there, but I have nothing to say. No, we did. I tell you, look, we knew coming in, we were confident, quite confident coming into this game. Everybody said we left it after us the last day, but I tell you, if we were over the training with us, nobody at training thought that we left it after us. We knew that we had a great chance coming in here today. That was one thing we wanted, was dry ball. We got that. At half time we knew we were under pressure too. We spoke about it in the dressing room, and everybody spoke about intelligence, about playing intelligence and just doing the right thing, win the break. We did that. But like the way they played there the last 20 minutes, that comes from here. Like, that isn't something you can teach in the training ground. That comes from here.
I was just going to say, Seamus, their last second half display must rate as one of the finest ever from Mountcollins team in your tenure in charge.
Look, any club, Johnny, nothing to do with Mountcollins. I tell you one thing: any club that can do that in a county final or in any match, they're going to win. Like, they just played with heart. They put bodies on the line. They put their head in where they wouldn't put a hatchet. But like, that's what you need to do at times, and they did it.
I think as well, Seamus, they kept their discipline, because there were occasions that they could have easily been provoked or retaliated, and they didn't.
There was. there was a little bit of cynical stuff, a little bit of off the ball, like, but again, it wasn't anything that wasn't going to be unexpected here today. You know, I think Mountcollins are known for being a footballing side, being fast, and people have a perception that they're a light team, a small team, and if you take them on physically, you're going to beat them. But we've it proven now. This is the second physical team on a final. You had Glen before, thought they were going to beat us with physicality, and football won. Football won again today. It was football that won out today.
I'm just looking forward to the Munster campaign. I hear you have 3 or 4 buses booked to go to Schledenman next weekend.
Did you steal my credit card, you did?
Congratulations, Seamus.
Thank you, Johnny. Good luck.
Right. David?
Jesus, what a performance. What did you predict last night, Johnny?
I thought Well, David, 2 years ago we spoke here in the Gaelic grounds. You were manager at the time. They were county junior A champions. It was the best day ever for the club. And now they're gone a little step higher today. You must be delighted.
Oh, jeez, I'm absolutely thrilled for Mountcollins. Like, you know, they put their heart and soul into football. They've a brilliant club set up. Fantastic group of players. Great backroom team, and they worked very, very hard to get up to intermediate level, and they even worked harder at intermediate level, went a lot of their games, and you know, today was the crowning glory. Like I think there in the last 20 minutes they really showed what they can do. When the shackles came off and when the chips were down, they played as good a football as you'd see played anywhere.
It was no small coincidence, Davy, going back 2 years ago, that for the closing 20 minutes of the county final against Glyn, they defied predictions, they upset all odds, and they played with great composure. That same composure shone through today in the closing 20 minutes.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Like these boys don't know the word, they don't know the meaning of the word defeat. Like, you know, the character and the spirit and the camaraderie and the friendship that's in this team has to be, you know, you have to be around them to appreciate it. And like, all them characters shone through there in the last 20 minutes. Like, for a small place, I was talking to Eric Lacey there a while ago. He said a population of 427. You had it up in the stand, 126 households, and this team is inside competing at senior football next year. Brilliant achievement.
I think, David, you hit the nail on the head there when you said about the great camaraderie, the great spirit. It is evident since they won 2 years ago, even in around the camaraderie with the people, the followers. There's great spirit in the place, and it was badly wanting. And there's great bond of unity and a great bond of togetherness.
Well, if you ever want to hold up a club and show an example of what a club is about, you know, it's not the GA club in Mountcollins, it's the whole parish. It represents the whole community, and there's a terrific bond between supporters and the club, and that comes through in every game, and the players I know appreciate that. Like, you know, and I experienced that. You know, I never experienced that kind of friendship or bonding before, like with players so associated with the club, and that's a huge bearing on why Mountcollins are in the senior championship next year.
So, David, congratulations, because you did great work for Mountcollins. You broke the duck, county glory, and most of the team that won in Junior A in 2009 were there again today, and I'm sure, David, you'll enjoy the celebrations tonight.
Oh my God, you can chalk that down, and I can tell you there is no better team and no better place to celebrate a victory than in Mountcollins, Johnny.
You
know that as well.
The 6th of November 2011, a historic night in the annals of Mountcollins GA. 2 years ago, the 20th of November, the boys behind me were crowned junior county champions. Today they created history, they're crowned intermediate county champions. It was a very, very hard year. Their opening game, they defeated Cappamore in Ballygran. The second game didn't go according to plan, and in a wet and windy Abbey field, they had to give second best to Jarrow Griffins. The third game, they came back again, they beat Mungret. The fourth game, below against Oola in the Gaelic grounds, they went closer than they did in the semi-final last year. They had to taste the bitter pill of defeat once again. But the resilience of the team was shown in the final game of the league stages, when behind in Abbey field, with 1 minute and 28 seconds of injury time, Anthony Hartnett Fisselthorpe. That goal to keep them in contention, which was so important at the end of the day. I don't think it was a square ball, some lads. Then on to the county knockout series stages proper, and the opening game, they had a great victory over Brewery, and then on to wet, windy Fina for the semi-final against Bruff, and I suppose they showed great resilience, perseverance by overcoming Bruff by 2 points. And then on to the county final to play Oola. Most people thought the morning of the game it would be called off. There was 35 millimetres of rain the night before. There was 8 millimetres of rain the following morning. That's a total of 43 millimetres of rain. But matches were called off in the Gaelic grounds that day. But Jean, the lovely girl that gives the weather forecast, said the game would go ahead, Jean Budden, the game would go ahead in Kilmallock, and at half time they were just a point in arrears. And I suppose we were all critical. It's very easy to play the game when you're talking outside the pitch. And we were saying they should have done this and done that. And I honestly believe that day, I said it. I thought that day, leaving Kilmallock, I said, that's the chance gone of county glory. But, no, I'm trying to explain myself. It reminds me of the person that tried to explain about the dangers of drink, and he had a glass of water in one hand and a glass of whiskey in the other hand, and there was a worm inside in the glass of water. Worm wriggled around constantly. There was a worm around in the glass of whiskey, and the worm died. And he said to the class, what does that prove? One young lad said, sir, if a worms drink plenty of whiskey. So on the way down to the final, And the final today, Mass was early, and it was going down to the Gaelic grounds. It was very, very hard on the team, because if you leave a game behind you, it is very hard to come back again. And when they were down 5 points at one stage, I thought the game was gone. But I think in the second half time, it was 1-5 to 5 points. Oola only scored one solitary point in the second half. And in the master move of the game, great combined effort. Timmy Begley going down the wing, and finishing with a goal, the goal of the game, the goal that clinched it for Mountcollins by, will I say James? Matthew Brother. So, I suppose in hindsight, it's a unique achievement, and all the players, all the backroom team, and I think especially the people here tonight, the supporters, the oldest supporter I saw today was Betty Brosnan, 88, and the youngest supporter here tonight is Paul Collins' little baby girl, Sophie. She'll be 6 months and 3 days. So, I have to drop in something. Okay. It is very hard to perform in the dark when you're in front of people. So I'll introduce the team and the management, and I'm sure you'll give them a great welcome. Custodian Supreme brought off a brilliant save today. His long kick-outs would have featured the game in Gaelic grounds. As cool as could be, Custodian James Brother. Cornerback had a great game, Bilon Kilmallock. Gave many sterling displays for Mountcollins during the year. Played his heart out. Domiciled in Cork, but his hat in his Limerick, and won county glory for Mountcollins, Sean Lyons. Outstanding full-back, played in defence, played in attack, gave great sterling displays for Mountcollins during the year. A rock, like the Rock of Cashel, Con Begley. Played well in the corner-back position. Mightn't have the height or weight of his father, but played very well. Timothy Walsh. Like the marriage feast of Cana, the best wine is kept to last. And different people saying, judging on his high performances in 2009, he didn't reach the summit during the year, but he certainly did today. Timmy Begley. Midway through the second half, he went through an attack and he put a bullet we thought was in the net. That bullet went over the bar, but he was soundness personified in the central pivotal defence, Keith Garvey. His father played for Mountcollins in football, was one of the men that won county glory going back when the Junior Bees won it in Ballygran. His son played a sterling role today. His best game I've seen him for so far from Mountcollins. They claim his brother's a better footballer. I don't know, but he was great today. Jeremiah Maroney. He took all kinds of punishment. He fielded the ball here, there and everywhere. He was a constant link between defence and attack. Shane Gleeson. Partnering Shane in the middle of the field was the man who got the goal in Kilmallock, the vital goal before half-time, scored the opening 2 points for Mountcollins today, finished with a tally of 4, Tom McCarthy. Vital the goal he got in Abbeyfield against Atay. He says he has a video of that for posterity. It was a vital goal, we'll never forget it, Anthony Hartnett. Many people are domiciled far away from Mountcollins. It was great to bring this man back from Luxembourg. He gave a sterling display in the opening half of the game against Oola and Kilmallock, got a vital point at a vital stage, and he solved many problems because hat attack fever was gone when Bernard scored. Bernard McCarthy. Next man played exceptionally well during the year. Trojan worker, a link between defence and attack, and he never gives up, Mike McCarthy. His general work rate was tremendous today. He harried from one side of the field to the other. He scored 2 vital opening points that did his confidence a power of good. Paddy Lee. He led by example. Captains lead by example. He got 2 vital scores today. He was here, there and everywhere in the closing quarter. Sean Gleeson. All the analysts of the game said that a little flick in the right time was the difference between victory and defeat, and Matthew's flick showed Connie's genius as he flicked the vital goal for Mountcollins today. Matthew, brother. Our next man, I'd say, his work rate was tremendous all through the year. Himself and myself had a big disagreement 2 years ago, below against Kappa. He was playing in the half-forward line, and David Keating ordered him to be the utility man here, there and everywhere. And the Kappa man was winning lots of possession in the first 5 minutes. And I said, Seamus, will you stay in your place? Will you go away? He says, you have nothing to do with the team. And he had a great game. Seamus O'Connell. Definitely his save in Kilmallock was vital. He was put there under pressure, and the save that he brought off that day was as one of the finest saves ever seen in Fitzgerald Stadium, Battelan. Sterling cornerback, Sterling fullback, and if Mike Tyson wanted a sparring partner, he'd join him in the ring. Because when he came in today, he was effective, and he didn't take any nonsense from the Oola contingent, Johnny O'Connell. A vital place in the under-21 final against Sean Finn's. They won last night in their side of the draw against Kieran's. They're playing Mountcollins in the under-21 final. This man gets sterling displays, a deadly future ahead of him, none other than DJ Gleeson. He's 6 feet 2.5 inches in his bare socks. When he puts on the shoes, he's 6 feet 4. His father is a tall man, but the mother is even taller, Dennis Delan. Came on today, made a vital impact, put his heart and soul into it, fanatical in training, made a vital difference when he came on, Donald Gleeson. Gave his best display for Mountcollins against Adair when they beat Adair in the Senior Football Championship below in Rathkeil in the Bog Garden. Sterling defender, unfortunately got injured, John J. O'Connell. This man has won all the accolades at underage, INTOs, 7 asides in primary school, great free taker, steady influence in the team, came on today, always solid, always sound, Brian McCarthy. The next man is definitely firing in all cylinders. I was talking to his daughter, she said, hello, I thought she was going to say hello Dada, and I said I'm not Dada at all. But she's only 6 months and he's a great sponsor, a great man, Paul Collins. The next man, they claim he's who went for the presidential election, and he was called the entrepreneur. And this man is the entrepreneur of Mountcollins. great sterling influence, outstanding chairman. He says that they'll win the senior next year. He's full of confidence. Eric Lacey O'Connell. 2 years ago, this man came on, was vital in the closing minutes of the game. Still an outstanding, the highest scorer with the junior Bs. Manager supreme today. He says he'll lead Mountcollins to county glory next year in the senior final. He won't be talking to his in-laws the night after, but he doesn't care. Paddy Nocton. Another outstanding footballer with immense potential. Played great under 16, great minor football for Mountcollins. Coming back again, showing his potential and could be a force to be reckoned with in the future. Declan Curtin. Our next man gives great example at training. He's there first every night. Football is his passion by day. He sells a lot of tickets by night. He's an outstanding man, Michael Linehan. John J. is a good man. His mother, Margaret, says Brian J. is a better man. Brian J., tremendous athlete, great around the edge of the square, a full back in the moulding of the great Noel Tierney, Brian J. O'Connell. Now, when the next man would hit you, you'd feel it. His shoulder was hurt on numerous occasions, equally adept at football and hurling, great secretary, outstanding worker, none other than Mike Deland. And now the backroom team, originally from the Lower Road, spent a while across the water in England, back in Mountcollins, said he will not be happy until Mountcollins win the senior crown, Patrick Linehan. And then you don't bring on the management team without letting one of the players behind. This man is known the world over, from Mountcollins to Lyra-Compon. He's even friends in Boston, Michael Brosnan. And then a sterling man. He was man of the match for Mountcollins in the under-14 Nebby Field about 5 years ago. Tidy in size, compact in delivery, a great athlete, a very tight defender, none better than William Finnegan. And then this man, usually in the Bible the wise men come from the east, but in this case he looked over to Mountcollins one night and he saw this lovely girl and he says, I'm going to marry her someday. And he came and he's a big influence in the team. He joins his brother-in-law in the management. He's mad about Joan, but he's equally mad about Mountcollins. Seamus Hickey. Another man, he was involved 2 years ago, involved again this year. Great cool head in the line. His heart and soul is in the GA. Has done outstanding work for Mountcollins, David O'Connell. This man, he does taekwondo, karaoke, anything that with the body from the head to the foot. He said he saw women going in over 6 stone overweight and men might like myself 7 stone overweight. He started from the top and he went to the bottom and he got the Mountcollins team very fit. He was instrumental in their winning the Munster title, Humphrey Doody. And then I suppose we honoured him before as a player, we honour him now as a player manager, as cool as could be, and I'm sure he'll get half the O'Connor clan from Abbey Field to join Mountcollins next year, Paddy Nocton. So I suppose we'll salute our heroes with a verse of a song. And the wild wind of Cork and my home by the lea, beautiful city, charming and pretty, beautiful city, my home by the lea. We went to the Gaelic grounds, we went early today. And all we wanted in the Gaelic grounds was a bit of fair play. We got up early in the morning like the little hatching hen. And our mass was an hour earlier, it began at 10. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. The first half, I was disappointed. I was like the brown trout. When the goal it was in, my hat was in my mouth. Until the 12th minute, I waited till glee. The first point from Mountcollins by Tommy Catty. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. I was disappointed with the referee. I thought he thought we were like fools. And I says, is this man watching too much of the Aussie rules? And maybe I was biased, and maybe I was blind. But Mountcollins could be hit from the front and could be hit from behind. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. When he blew the whistle for the interval, I said it's half time. And I says 3 points in the game, we're not out reach of the line. I said, with a bit of talking, the second half will be better. And I posted a letter to Holy God and St. Anthony for better. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. 'Twas the 17th minute of the second half. The ball broke from defence. Shane gave it to Dewar, and he went on like a trench. He passed it in, a great move, and when I saw, I nearly had a night hit. And I says, is this the first goal? And he says, Matthew struck the net. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. Now when Sean got the cup, I said I can see this man is going to be future the Leyden TD. I looked around and I was saying, and I was looking at my leg with a leech. I says, the captain gave one of the finest great speech. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. So congratulations once again. We'll be back here next year. And the pubs will be open all night for wine and for beer. Jonah, 2 years ago, intermediate now. And I'd say we'll win the senior championship and we'll drink lots of brown coal. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. A big thanks to the supporters, you were with him every day. And all you demanded was sportsmanship and fair play. And I hope 'twas nice to have the red and white and Tour wearing the green. And we'll be senior county champions in 2013. Beautiful city, charming and pretty. Beautiful city, my home by the lea. Chin chin. So, Sean would like to thank you again for your great support today. Sean Deason, outstanding captain.
I'm after getting landed with this now, and I'm not even prepared like that, like earlier on. Before, one person I actually forgot to thank was the sponsorship today, by the way, Tommy Mick's Pub, and hopefully they'll sponsor our trip to Santa Ponza, Malaga, the boys are saying, for the holiday fund. So. But no, on behalf of all the team lads, we couldn't have done it without each and every one we look out in here today. I mean, playing actually on the team, whatever, and to look around and see the people cheering in the stand. They drive you on like they drive you into, and a heart-warm, unbelievable thank you to everyone here today, lads. You drove us on, and without you we couldn't have done it. So many thanks to one and all in front of us here, lads, and thanks very much. There's one lad here before we go, lads. He wants to say a few words. He kind of, I don't know if he retired or what did he do, but we retired him anyway. We put him in Paddy Nocton, our one and only trainer, Mr. Paddy Nocton. Come here, Paddy. Say a few words. Come on, Paddy. Go on. Go on, Paddy. Once again, Paddy Nocton. Go on with your hands.
Thanks, Sean. Much appreciated now. I caught for words for once. First and foremost, I suppose you've all appreciated what these boys have given us for the whole year. We started out this year and we asked them, I gave them a sheet. I'm not telling Abbey Fair Crow now what we done, but we gave them a sheet and 95% of the sheets came back and I asked them what did they want for the whole of the year. Some fellas will turn around and say, I want to be in a county final, I want to be do this, do that. These boys, 95% of them said they wanted to win a county title. And thanks be to God, today we proved it. Those 95% of those boys were dead right. The other 5% I must figure out because it was anonymous, but I'll figure it out yet. I'm not going to delay. Supporters, I was asked one thing today, did anything drive you on when we were under pressure, when we were down and when we were this? And it was one and only the supporters that we've had for all year long, inside in the wet and the rain behind in Kilmallock, and not just there. The first round of the championship was absolutely unbelievable. And everyone can go to a county final, but when you have the same amount of support at the first round of a championship as well as the county final, it makes some difference to these boys, mark my words. And thanks to every one of you, each and every one of you, and we'll meet you later on for definite. Right? I hate to sound bad or anything like this, but we're playing above in Tipperary, and by all accounts it's above in Kilkenny to play the Munster Championship next weekend. And I'm sure we'll have serious support there again. Thanks very much anyway. Party on! I think that's it.